Inside of this video, we're going to talk about how it's okay to be disappointed. But no, Tara, I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed. Hello, bonjour. This is Tara Marino. I am the CEO of Elegant Femme, and I support women in living their beautiful, soul-led life in a way that is unapologetically feminine. So if that is you, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel for more. We also have our Femme Design Assessment and our Femme Fullness to support you in empowering, embodying all of who you are as a woman. So those details are there as well. Today we're going to talk about something that typically really stops us. Before we begin, I want you to start to think about what it is you really want in life. What are your biggest dreams? It might take a minute to actually trust yourself to bring them to the surface. A lot of women are afraid, but they don't know what they want, or they're so used to taking care of everybody else that they feel they don't know what they want. So I'm going to encourage you as we step into today to see if, even for just an instant, you can gift yourself permission to bring up the awareness of what it is you really, really want. Did you do it? And then what happened? Inside of this video, we're going to talk about how it's okay to be disappointed. But no, Tara, I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed. We move through our lives trying to avoid disappointment. When you think about your dream, when you think about what it is you really want to experience in your life, when that fear of disappointment comes up, what we typically do is we contract. We pull away. We're so afraid of the fear of disappointment that we allow ourselves to play small. We convince ourselves that things are good. And if we can be totally transparent, most likely things are good. Things are pretty good. And we have a tendency to exist in that space of mediocrity of things are pretty good or things are even good. But when we have this calling on our soul, when we have this desire to experience more, the biggest thing that can stop us is the fear of disappointment. I want to share something with you today in this video, and my intention is that it changes your entire life. Are you ready for it? It is okay for you to be disappointed. You can handle it. Disappointment, just like everything else in life, is an emotion that we can experience. We might not love it. We might not ask for it. If we move through our lives afraid of the experience of it, we are stopping ourselves from experiencing the fullness of life. I'm going to say that again. If we allow the fear of disappointment to stop us from living our life, we are stopping ourselves from living into the full experience of life. I want you to remember when you were little, maybe the first memory that you have of disappointment. I certainly have mine. I remember my parents were going to take us to Playland. I lived in New York at the time, and Playland was this amusement park, and my parents had promised us that they were going to take us, and I was so excited. I can't remember how old I was. I want to say maybe I was like six or so. And something happened. I don't even know what happened, but they came and told us we're actually not going to be able to take you today. We're not going to Playland. I remember the feeling in my body. I remember going out. We had this grassy knoll on the front of we had a beautiful yellow home on Church Road in Putnam Valley, New York. And if you've ever been to the East Coast, the lawns, the grass, it's such a sharp contrast because we moved from New York to California. And I remember, where's the grass? Like, we tried to do a slip and slide when we were little in California and got like scrapes on our bellies because we weren't used to there being no grass. Anyway, I was on the grassy knoll and I was looking up at the oak tree and I was crying. I was crying and I felt so much pain inside, and I remember saying to myself, I will never do this. I will never do this to my children. I don't ever want my kids to feel this way. That feeling of getting our hopes up, right? The feeling of expansion, the feeling of possibility, the feeling of looking forward to something, and then something changes. The thing's not going to happen now. Not the way we thought it was going to happen. And it hurts. And as a little 6-year-old girl, I vowed that I never wanted to feel that way again. And furthermore, that I never wanted my kids to feel that way. This is the understanding of a little 6-year-old girl. That understanding, that perception of the world, that experience of the world does not serve me now. However, so many of us take that initial disappointment, the core memory we might have of disappointment, and we carry it on into adulthood. so afraid, so fearful of experiencing the hurt, of experiencing the pain, of experiencing the disappointment, that we stop ourselves from living fully. We make this choice inside of that might hurt. And because that might hurt, I'm just going to say no. I just don't want it. So little by little by little, we contract upon ourselves. Oh my gosh, that thing that I want, what if I don't get it? I might be disappointed. I don't want to handle that. So I'm just going to not ask for the thing. I'm not going to go for the thing. It feels so much safer not to go for the thing. But I want the thing. There's something inside of me that's calling me towards the thing. There's an experience, an expression of myself aligned with the thing. No. It might hurt. I might not get it. I might fail. Then I would be disappointed. And I don't like that feeling. So I'm going to settle for the feeling, the ache of what if. Oh, maybe what if? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, okay. Over time, this feeling of separating ourselves from the bigness of who we are and settling into the place of perceived safety, settling into the place of perceived protection of, if I stay in this safe bubble, I will never experience disappointment, does not serve us for a couple of really big reasons. One, does it even work? No. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't. You can try to protect yourself from anything in life. Hurt, disappointment, fear. It's life. Life shows up. Now, what you can do, and what sometimes we find ourselves doing, is we separate ourselves so far from the feeling of being alive that we're walking through life numb. So we might not be aware that we're feeling the disappointment because we've numbed ourselves out from the feeling of disappointment and completely removed ourselves from the feeling of feeling alive. So I want to share something with you, and I'm going to invite you to really consider what it is I'm saying. What if you knew you could trust yourself with the feeling of disappointment? What if feeling disappointed was okay? Doesn't mean you have to like it, but what if you knew you could handle it? What if you knew you could trust yourself with it? What if you knew that no matter what, you were going to be okay, and you didn't let the fear of disappointment stop you from living into the fullness of your life? You didn't let the fear of disappointment stop you from living fully. What would open up for you? Let's go back to the very beginning of this video where I asked you, what are your dreams? What are your dreams? What do you desire? What is it that you would want most to experience? And what if you let go of the fear of being disappointed? What if you let go of the fear of, what if I don't get it? What if it doesn't happen? What if you let that go? What comes up for you? What's available to you if you say to yourself, I can handle it, no matter what it is? If I'm disappointed, it's okay. I'll move through it. I'll be okay. I'll course correct. I'll expand. It's okay. I can handle it. It's okay if I'm disappointed. I'm a big girl now. I can handle it. I know that things happen. I know that everything is always orchestrated in my favor. I would rather go for my biggest dream and live my life fully. I would rather go for my biggest dream and live my life awake and engaged and experience all of who I am than live in the perceived notion that I can protect myself from disappointment. What if disappointment isn't a bad thing? What if feeling disappointment is a reflection of how deeply I desire something? What if I trust myself with the energy, the frequency of disappointment and know that I am more than that? I am bigger than that. I am not going to allow the fear of being disappointed stop me from living into the fullness of my life. How does this change the way you live? How does this change the way you walk through the world? How does this change the way you perceive yourself in the world? How does this change your relationship with what it is you desire, with what it is you want to experience, with the bigness that's coming through you? I am safe to feel it all. As I gift myself experience to feel it all, I gift myself the opportunity to experience it all. I'm going to really encourage you to consider this and not let the fear of disappointment stop you from living fully. It's okay to be disappointed. You're safe. You've got this, and life has got you. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you like it, and leave a comment below. How can no longer being afraid of disappointment change everything for you?